to Year 9. This is an extension video made for Daniel, and it's making X the subject of a formula, and it's using a really great worksheet from Dr. Austin Maths. And I just want to say a big thank you to Amanda Austin for letting me video things from her website, which is one of the best maths teaching resources out there. So I'm going to do 3 videos with the 3 sections from that little practice strip. All of these questions are well beyond normal Year 9 level, so if you're watching this and you can't do this video yet, you'll get there, but most of you probably in Year 10. Okay, so here we've got a formula, for example this one, and it starts off with f equals x squared minus 3. So my goal is to end up with x is equal to blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to undo things on both sides of the equation so that we can get back to x being the subject. So you'll get the idea as I go, hopefully. So we've got f is equal to x squared minus 3. I'm going to try and isolate the x stuff in each of these expressions. So first I'm going to add 3 to both sides, and I get f plus 3 is equal to x squared. Now to undo squaring, the inverse operation is square rooting. So what I need to do here is to take the square root of both sides, right? So on this side, we get the square root of f plus 3 with a little bit extra I'll talk about at the end. And on this side, the square root of x squared will be x. The only thing we have to think about, though, is if I've got x squared is 16, then x could be 4, right? So the square root of 16 is 4, but x could also be negative 4. And negative 4 is negative the square root of 16. So when I take a square root in a situation like this, I need to have either the square root or negative 1 times the square root. And we write that as plus or minus the square root of f plus 3. Okay, so that's the first one done, and in some ways that's as hard as they get in this set of 6. Let's turn to question B, where we've got p is equal to 5 times, in brackets, x minus 3. There are a few different ways to go here, but I like to expand everything out, and then we can see that we've just got this one term with x in it. So first up, I'm going to add 15 to both sides. I'll get p plus 15 is equal to 5x. Now I'm going to divide everything by 5. That's to undo 5 times x. So p plus 15 divided by 5 is equal to x. Now that's technically correct, but it looks really ugly. So I'm going to rewrite it as p divided by 5 plus 15 divided by 5 is 3. So that's my second one done. Okay, question C. In this one, I have x on both sides. So I need to collect the x's up together and the other stuff together. Let's just get some blank space. We've got 2x plus a is equal to x plus b. I'm going to get the x stuff over this side and the no x stuff over this side. First, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I'm going to write this one out really slowly, but you don't have to do it that slowly. We could have gone straight to saying 2x minus x leaves me with just x. So I have x plus a is equal to b. So it would be fine to go straight to that line. Okay, it's nice to have that line when you're starting out, but some of you won't need it. And now we subtract a from both sides, and we get x is equal to b minus a. Okay, next question is y squared is equal to x squared plus a squared. Again, we're trying to isolate x, so we're going to start off by subtracting a squared from both sides, and we have y squared minus a squared is equal to x squared. We need to do our square root thing again, so we're going to take the square root of all of this, and then we remember that this could have been the correct answer, or it could have been the negative of that. So we write that as plus or minus. Right, just going over that again, x squared will always be positive, but the x that's giving me the x squared could have been a negative number. So that's why we need to have plus or minus here. Right, I think we've got 2 more questions to do. Question E is this. P is equal to x squared divided by 4 plus c. So we need to slowly undo. I'll start by subtracting c. So p minus c is equal to x squared divided by 4. We need to undo the dividing by 4. So we have 4 times p minus c is equal to x squared. So I'm taking this 4 and I'm multiplying both sides by it. When I multiply this side by 4, I need to put this into a bracket. Okay, now what do we get next? Well, we're back to x squared. So we're going to do our square rooty thing again. So plus or minus the square root of 4 times p minus c. So that's a correct answer. But there are a couple more things I could do with that one. I could expand out what's underneath the surd sign, 4p minus 4c. But the other thing that I could do here, and if you've watched my videos on surds, you will know that the square root of a times b is equal to the square root of a times the square root of b. So if we go back up to this here, that gives me some more simplifying that I can do. So we've got plus or minus this, and that's the same as plus or minus the square root of 4 times the square root of p minus c. And the square root of 4 is 2. So the nicest way to write this is plus or minus x is equal to plus or minus 2 root p minus c. Okay, but I wouldn't expect you to be confident with that, even if you're able to solve most of these problems, right? So in other words, this one is fine, this one is fine, and this one is extra fine. Okay, last question in here is question F. So we've got y minus 5 is equal to 2 plus x over 6. I think this is a little bit easier than some of the earlier ones. The first thing I'll do here is I'll subtract 2 from both sides. That gives me y minus 7 is equal to x over 6. And now I need to undo the dividing by 6. To undo dividing, I multiply, but I need to multiply all of that side. So we're going to have 6 times y minus 7 is equal to x, and I can leave it like that, or I could write it out in expanded form as x is equal to 6y minus 42. So both of those are correct. Okay, so just recap what we've done. Oh, I don't know where my worksheet's gone. Worksheet's got lost. There's my algebra. There's the rest of it. Okay, we're up the top. Never mind. I'm going to stop the video there with the lost questions that we'll never see again. There'll be 2 more videos. They do get a little bit harder, and I'll make the second of those probably tomorrow late morning. Thanks for watching, and if you're in 9-2K this year, let me know if this video made sense.